Well, good morning everyone, and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. I thought I'd just run through one or two things I've been doing and one or two things that's been growing, so here we go. Now what you can see is some plants that I put outside. You can see they're absolutely wet through, it's been pouring down, but I'm leaving them there. The one you can see there's two cresswoods here, and if I get close you can see how wet they really are. Those are both cresswoods, and then I've got my multiflorals outside. A few of them, the Supoideis and Rothschildianums, all sorts of stuff. And there too are all wet through with the crowns absolutely full of water. But they'll not take any harm, and there's a few that I don't bother with. They're Cymbidiums. I just leave them to it. But I've noticed that one thing about putting them outside when it's raining, it doesn't have stimulated the roots to grow. So that's what I've got outside. And so what we've got inside, so let's just have a look. Now this is doing very well. It's a Coleogyne, Memoria, William, Michaelis, and it's got 10 new growths on this one. All these are new growths. 10 new growths on there. Whether it'll flower from it, I've no idea. Then at the side of this we've got a, I've got to have a look at the labels first, can't remember them these days. A Chelinostel sulfurea. Chelinostel sulfurea, which is doing, looks okay, the leaves are lovely on it. And so we'll just have a look at a few frags, and this is my very big Andean fire that I've just cut the spike off, and it's got plenty of new growth around the bottom, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, I think it's got 5 altogether new growths around the bottom. So that should be making a nice plant for next couple of years. Should be good. And then we have a Fritz Schomburg that has flowered for the last couple of years. That was the spike from 2 years ago, last year, and a nice growth for this year's flowering. There we are. Nice growth for this year's flowering. Should be nice, that. Kavakii hybrid between Kavakii and Bessai. So we're very pleased with that one. Another Kavakii hybrid. This is Phragmipedium lasverinus, and it's a cross between Kavakii and Sargentianum. I remembered that one. And this is doing very nicely. Got some beautiful new growths on it. That should be nice for flowering next year, or the back end of this year. There's not many of the frags coming into flower at the moment. I think I've got one, which is a, where is it? Let me see. Yeah, this is it. The Olaf Gross. Yep, this is coming into the flower. I think you can just see it there, and another one coming up at the back there. So it's just coming up with a couple of spikes at the moment, and another one with plenty of new growths around the bottom. You can see 5 or 6 new growths spreading very, very nicely. And that's just got the fish blood and bone that I said before, and you get fed again next September. So that's Phragmipedium Olaf Gross. And then we've got 3 Garum Weavers here. 1, 2, 1 at the back. And then plenty of Grandies along here. That's another Andean Fire, which is a division of the big one that's coming on very nicely. That's another Andean Fire that's coming on okay. And then we've got Phragmipedium, Ainsworthii, more Phragmipedium Grandies. That mark you can see there is where the old spike is, and I just want to see how far that'll travel to see if it'll do any damage. I don't think it is doing. And then there's an Ainsworthii there and another Grandie there. And now we come to the paths, and the one you're looking at now is one I've made a big mess of. This is Paphiopedilum St Swithin, which had 2 spikes on it, but as I was fastening the spikes up, I snapped them both off. You can see there where they've come from. Last year's flowering at the bottom, and 2 more spikes there. Snapped them both off. The 2 lovely spikes on. There was 5 buds on one, and I could just see 3 on the other, which was still developing. So that's what you get if you're not careful. You knock them off. This is another Paphiopedilum. It's Paphiopedilum Moustache, cross between St Swithin and Philippinense. Now that's not doing so bad. I think there's 3 in there, and I can just see one big one there. Whether that's going open with some more, I don't know. But that's where I've been snapping them off, where that tie is there. So that one I've got very loose. Paphiopedilum Moustache. Now here's another St Swithin that's just coming up into spike. So how many buds that will develop, I don't know, but I presume it'll be at least 4. So that's going to take a while though to flower. It'll probably take sort of another, I should imagine, 5 or 6 weeks. And here's another one in spike and bud. Now this should be very nice. I've been waiting for this one. This is Prince Edward of York. So I've great hopes for this one. Quite a big leaf span. But first time flowering, so anything can happen. Let's have a look at the buds again. There we are. Paphiopedilum Prince Edward of York, a cross between Rothschildianum and Sandrianum. And here's the Popawai again, with the long petals. In fact, I took this to the Tatton Park show last week, and it won Best Phragmipedium Species, so that's very good. Next to it we've got one I've shown you before that's fast becoming one of my favourites, which is the Corolla Ardenauer. That's a Prince Edward of York cross. And there's the Berenice. And we've got quite a lot of stuff along here. And I think there's one in spike somewhere, when I can find it. Yep, here it is. There we are. That is, oh dear me, what is it? Cochineum and Limianum. So that's there'll be a few weeks before that one's out. It looks like it's got a couple of buds on it there already. A little Angraecum dideri. Looks like it's just coming into flower there. You can see the flower bud and the difference between that and the root. So they're bonny little flowers when they grow. I really like those. Pure white and quite large. Angraecum dideri. Now here are the Cavachiae that we're trying to get growing. So there's a nice growth coming up there, and there's a nice little one growing there. So that one's coming up nice. I like to see a nice healthy plant coming up rather than a thin weedly one that you know what's not going to do anything. I think I have another of these that's doing very well too. Yep, here it is. Another Cavachiae that's growing very well, with new growth coming up there at the bottom. Another one there. So in a few years' time these should be fine. That's Phragmipedium Cavachiae. Well, not much more to show you. I'm doing a little experiment here. I don't know whether it'll work or not, but I'm just manufacturing a bit of CO2, which is in this one. It's a mixture of sugar and active yeast. A cupful of sugar. What did I put in? About 4 cups of lukewarm water, a spoonful of a cupful of sugar, and 2 tablespoons full of active yeast, which produces CO2, which goes from there into there. You see it bubbling, and then into there, and this is the experiment, into there where I have a Paphiopedilum farinaceum, a particularly rare one that I'm trying to get going. The roots aren't very good at all, so I was thinking the extra CO2 might bring it on a bit. It's in moss, it's in damp moss, so it's just getting CO2 all day, extra CO2, so we'll see what happens to that and I'll keep you informed. Well, we'll just finish up by looking at this Stanhopeia. It's a Stanhopeia Embrellii something, crossed by Nigro violacea. Very big bud on it, and I'm not quite used to these, so it looks like it's just starting to open. But the only thing about these is they only last 3 or 4 days, but they smell absolutely gorgeous. Anyhow, that's about all I've got for you today, so hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, give me a thumbs down. If you have, give me a thumbs up, and you can subscribe if you like. So thank you for watching, keep well, and I'll see you later. Bye.